I'm literally covered in roaches because I live in pure filth. And I gotta tell you, me, Asmongold.
One night,
I
he was sussier than the imposter at 3 a.m.
Are you reading through the whole fucking thing?
Welcome to the podcast where we talk about anything and everything that comes out of the crapshoot. I'm your host, JD. This is my co-host,
Asmongold. Hey, I'm a little human trash goblin.
James. I call him James, everyone else calls him Jimmy. Just works like that.
It's a little bit weird. I'm sorry. I'm going in on him this week, JD. I'm going in.
Yeah, you don't like him?
I mean, I've never really cared for him, but like, holy shit, what a thing to like fucking lose the plot over.
You're losing the plot over him?
No, him. Like, what to lose the plot? Like, he's been towing the line of like centrist sort of like takes on most shit. Which, to be fair, why even talk? If it's just gonna be a centrist sort of like take at stuff, but then it's like,
why even talk?
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna add? Oh, well, you know, I think both sides. Yeah, okay. And
you heard it here first, folks. James just absolutely hates centrists.
Yeah, that's why we're such good friends.
If he could see one in real life, he'd immediately attack him physically.
Me and JD
body slam, pull out your little knife that you have hiding in your pocket.
I do have a little knife on my desk.
You just give a little stab, like right in the side, right where like the liver like kind of hangs just below the rib cage. Just give a little stab right in there.
A few quick jabs to the lungs.
Yeah, it's like Joji at the end of that one music special he did, where he just stabs
just a very quick short stab to the neck and
just stabs one of the stage hands real quick in the neck and then runs away. That's what you do whenever you see a centrist.
Real.
You give him a little jab right in the side and then you pull him close to your face and you're like you're not actually a centrist. Stop pretending like you are. And then you take off running.
Yeah, his performance in that video was actually very inspired by me doing that to a centrist right in front of Joji.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took that from me.
Hmm.
But no, it's
what's got you or him so bothered?
So the new Assassin's Creed game is coming out, JD.
I think I've heard of it. Yeah, Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Yeah, Shadows something.
Yeah.
But are you aware of the quote unquote controversy?
It's actually called Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yeah, I pretty much nailed it.
I thought there was a second part to it. Okay.
I did too. But I guess it's just Shadows. Yeah.
It feels almost mundane. But
no, I actually haven't heard anything about it. I didn't even know it was coming out.
So perfect then. People got a little fucking brain rot, a little worm eating away and dying inside of the middle of their brain. A lot of Robert
James,
F. Kennedy Jr.'s out here.
They finally joined you in the realm of brain rot, James.
Sorry, this is real, by the way. But this real quick side note. This is real. Presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. actually has a worm that ate part of his brain, then died inside of his brain.
What?
That's real.
What? Sorry, when was this?
This has been a thing for years, and everyone's been making jokes that he has brain rot.
That's terrible. That's a horrible joke.
It's a great joke. He's a crazy, horrible person.
Well, it might be because there's a worm that went into his head and ate part of him and died in there.
The Kennedys have been bad for a long time.
Oh yeah, are you friends with them? How do you know? You ever talked with a Kennedy?
Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. But no, quite literal brain rot. People saw that the main character of the new Assassin's Creed Shadow game, JD, is a black man.
Oh man, your least favorite kind of people, James. I see why.
Yeah.
Not gonna say anything after that, James.
10 toes down on that shit, man.
You immediately hit me with a Kurt Angle stare, and then when I say that.
No, people are losing their mind that there's a black main character, and their defense is, well, it's unrealistic in feudal Japan. And here's a spoiler alert, JD. It's based off a real black man that was a samurai in feudal Japan. Whoa! It's the stupidest fucking discourse. because it's again, this is based off a real person who now a bunch of white people from
A dead
America,
person.
a dead person from long ago, but was a real person, is photographed, if I remember correctly. They're like old, like the old, like some of the oldest photograph type stuff of him
One
in
of the
like a
first
samurai
photographs.
armor. Um, but like he's like historically like marked down as being real, and this character is heavily based off of him. I think it might even be named after him as like a way to be like, hey, this could be him type thing, you know?
Yeah. Assassin's Creed. I always forget that Assassin's Creed tries to do that with history. They try actually
Yeah,
they try
they
to
were
like
like Da Vinci
it's like
made
history
weapons
based.
for the assassins.
Because the only thing I remember from Assassin's Creed was Templars and
George
assassins
Washington.
and the one guy actor from Prometheus, and
Oh,
he was
Michael
the assassin guy.
Fassbender.
Yeah, Michael Fassbender.
Uh-huh. Classic Middle Eastern
Which I
Michael
actually never
Fassbender.
seen the Assassin's Creed movies, so
We gotta watch it still.
heard
It's
it was
great.
bad.
Yeah, I remember live messaging you about it while you were streaming once or something.
Yeah, so the main
It
characters, and
was
that's it.
amazing.
That's why people are angry.
Yeah, they're fucking pissing their pants over it. They're throwing fits. Our favorite truck molder, Ryan Cannell, decided to get out of his truck this time to yell about black people in media. And
Our favorite guy? You mean my favorite guy, James? I know that you don't actually like him, but I unironically think he's a funny guy. I
I
watch
think
every
it's
single one of his videos, and dude, me and him are close buddies in real
yeah,
life.
you read his book. You read his book where he's
Yeah,
on
I
the
read his
cover in a
book.
black trench coat.
I read his book, how to critique movies from your truck.
How to
The
train your truck.
the best trucks to buy when you're making movie reviews. I saw his book. Yeah, I read
Yeah.
it.
He has a book, by the way. I'm not making a joke. That's a real thing. He wrote a book because he was like, woke media can't take this anymore.
They can't take me on.
And it's like, yeah, man, nobody can because you get right for shit. This is god awful. But
Mm.
no, Ryan Cannell, he's out in his YouTube studio being like, people in feudal Japan, like just fucking
The
frothing at
boss from
foaming
Smiling
at the
French.
mouth. Oogie, oogie.
Yeah.
He's losing it. Asmongold's again covered in roaches because man literally lives in filth. That's not a joke as well. There's literal footage of roaches climbing on Asmongold when he was streaming.
He's not a very kempt person. He's like
I'm
average
really
Twitch
glad that
streamer,
this
right, James? You're a
caveman
Twitch
trash
streamer
bag.
too, so I don't know.
I don't know,
if
JD. I'm pretty fucking clean.
I mean, I've been over to your
comparatively.
house. I'm just saying, I've been over to your house. And
Yeah, I'm sorry.
it's
I've got like books on my desk. I've got a lot of notebooks and game controllers on
I'm
my
just
desk.
saying, I've been over to your house, and
I
it
don't
doesn't
have
look that much
800
different
bags
from
of McDonald's I eat on
the
stream that I
average
throw
Twitch
under it.
streamer den. I'm just saying, is there's a lot of things there that are
Yeah,
not the
not
most
food. I don't just keep rotting food in my room though.
you know.
Here's the difference.
Are you sure,
My
James? Last time I went there, I saw about 30-ish, like 30-ish
shot chicken.
soda cups that were like used. No, sorry, like the drinks from Wendy's. I thought 30 used Dr. Peppers from Wendy's. Like I don't know,
Dirty
James. I mean, I
cherry
saw
Dr.
that.
Peppers from Wendy's.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I thought it was weird that you would use it as like filling in your mattress whenever your mattress like sinks down a bit too much, and you just kind of pop it in there, and you just
Hey, that might
use
be
it
the
as
worst
a
thing you've ever said in your life.
as a filling. And then you would use the caps of the drinks as a blanket, tape it together. I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's that much difference there.
Loudest bed in the world. You make one move, it's the loudest like crunching noises.
Yeah, it's just like the most crusty like sound when you step onto when you press down on the mattress.
I am it. How comforting. This fucking blanket of plastic couplets that scrape across my skin as I turn over.
So what did your good friend ass man gal tell you?
Oh, well,
say?
he told me, he did the same shit. It's the same brain rot across every fucking white dude that wants to yell about this. And again, what's crazy is that the disparity, and it's like, hey man, I wonder how the people in Japan, the Japanese fans are reacting. oh, they all love that this guy's being talked about because they all actually know who the fuck he is. They know
Yeah.
he's real, and they're not gonna be like black people. Like, oh my
Yeah,
god,
I'm
shut
sure
the
the
fuck
Japanese know
up.
he's real. I mean, as a normal American, I didn't know he was real. So
Yeah, but that's also because
until
you're
just now.
Chinese, JD. Don't get your Asians confused, you racist.
Okay, James, I'm just, I get
Okay,
you're the moral
James.
authority on Asian culture.
Racist.
I know, James, but
Yeah, we've discussed
you're
this.
like the
You're
largest
white.
weeb I've ever seen.
We've
Literally,
discussed this, JD. I'm a person of color, and you're white.
we had a thorough discussion about this.
I placed my hand on your shoulder, and when you looked down at it, you saw my pigment had changed, and yours had gotten lighter.
When you placed your hand on my shoulder, I looked up into your eyes, and they had that characteristic Asian look to them. And I looked down at myself, and I saw my skin tone had changed. And I looked in the mirror, and I had blonde hair and blue eyes.
He looked at your face, and he said, "Oh no, uneven beards.
I looked at my facial hair, and I was like, "Wait a minute, why do I
It's
just have
so
patches all over the
patchy."
place? Why why is it not fully grown? This is
You
worse
looked at
than before."
you looked at your cheeks, and you said, "Oh no, the red doesn't go away. That's just stuck there." And I just started nodding my head in the corner.
Are you
You
gonna
looked at
play
your hairline, and
Assassin's
you
Creed
said,
Shadows,
where
James, on
does it
stream?
end?" What was that?
You gonna play Assassin's Creed Shadows on stream?
Yeah, I'll play it, and I'll do a Ryan Cannell cosplay.
That's sick.
Yeah,
You should have me for a co-comment. Actually, maybe not.
so no, you'll be co-commentating. Okay, so here's what it
I
is.
know the
I'll be my
entire
Asmund.
time you're playing that game, you're just be complaining because it's living in the back of your mind about these dudes that are complaining about the main characters. But you're just like, this moment right here in the trailer. That JD, you gotta listen to this. Listen, don't take your headphones off. Listen to this.
You're keeping your headphones on. I've taped them on. They're super glue on the insides
I
of
put
those
super glue on
ears.
them.
I put super glue.
You literally cannot take off your headphones.
I like that. That's what I open up with. I like give us a minute after you put them on. I just turn to you and I go, "They're super glue on that, by the way." And you go, "What?
What?
Huh? Sorry, I can't hear you. These things are loud.
I go, what?
You got to try and take them off. Oh no, they're stuck. Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you." No, so what we'll do is you'll be in Ryan Cannell cosplay, and I'll be in Asmongold cosplay. I'll get real life roaches and everything.
Oh yeah, it's on PlayStation. You get to finally play a PlayStation game, huh? You can buy it on PlayStation.
You mean the thing that we've already done?
Yeah.
That we
Yes,
did?
but it's like your first
that my
single
chat
player
went over
thing,
to your stream for and went, "Fuck this guy."
You went over
Fucking
to a stream
traitorous
for it,
rats.
and we pulled almost the exact same thing in Payday, where I do all the objectives, and you're just like, "Yep, we did it."
where you're a far higher level than me and have all the good shit. I'm like, how do
A
I play
good
this
shit, you
game?
need just one good shit. I literally use like one thing to complete every objective.
Meanwhile, me looking at my controller trying to figure out what button I use to salute. I played this game once 2 months ago and haven't touched it.
I haven't played any of the recent Assassin's Creed games actually. Assassin's Creed Mirage. I've never even heard of that. That was in
I just don't
2023.
care for the Valhalla one personally. I don't really care for Viking shit. It's never really interested me since I was a kid.
Yeah,
And it's
don't like
kind of
the Viking
it's kind of
stuff.
gotten lost in the sauce of being Nazi stuff.
Oh, no wonder you don't like. Oh yeah, you were
Tokyo
telling me about that.
Revengers.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that. The whole
Hey, JD, remind me, what's
strange.
Tokyo Avengers about?
It was a. It's an anime.
They're
Okay.
in Tokyo.
And they're in Tokyo,
They're in
and they're
California.
high schoolers,
Mm-hmm.
and they fight. They fight. There's violence in it.
Who do they fight?
They fight people,
My favorite. So,
humans.
guys, this was a off recording discussion me and JD had when we were walking back to the car. I can't remember for what, but it was the funniest fucking thing. Where
It was like a 15-minute bit where
because it was the entire walk back from the convention to the car.
yeah, this was like 3 weeks ago, and we were walking. We were around Level Up Expo's parking lot, 2024, and we walked past a car that had a sticker from of
No,
one
so
of the
what it was,
characters
we were in
from
the
Tokyo
convention.
Revengers.
This is where it started. We were inside the convention and we were passing by Funko Pops. And I
Yeah.
turned to you and I said, "How crazy would it be if there was just like a Nazi Funko Pop?" And I was like, that's what I imagine it feels like to buy a Red Skull Funko Pop or a Tokyo Revenger one. And you were like, what's Tokyo Revengers? And then we got on this discussion from there.
Yeah.
And
Where it was a discussion where you just, instead of replying to me like a normal person when I ask you
Mhm.
what's Tokyo Revengers, you said to me, what do you think Tokyo Revengers is? And so we had a 15-minute bit where I would just try to guess what the
And the
anime
preface,
was.
the
And then
preface
you
of
would
it
either
was
say yeah or no.
my
And
favorite
then
thing
at
is
the
that
end
the
of this
only
conversation, you never told me what it was. So,
no,
and I guess
my,
you won't ever still, and I'm not going to Google it. So
my favorite part of the bit was me prefacing this all by letting you know that Tokyo Revengers and Nazis are connected, and when you
yeah,
were like,
you just told me that
so
they were connected in some way.
so and you were like, and they fight, and I'm like, yeah, who do they fight? And you like kind of stopped talking, you went quiet. You're like, a certain group of people.
Well, I first said other high schoolers.
Well, no, he said that after he said a certain group of people. That's why it stuck with me, because you're just like, oh, because they're Nazis.
Uh,
Oh, I
so
mean, yeah,
anyway,
you
Tokyo
basically
Revengers
got the
watch
idea.
party Friday.
Yeah,
Tune in.
man.
It's going to be a live stream, and yeah,
Yeah, I can't wait for us to go watch it on Kick, where we don't have to uh, sync it up with our Amazon Prime
we're going to
accounts.
watch it on Kick so we could just watch the whole thing unedited, zero interruptions.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be the best. Um, but yeah.
I didn't
You have
hear
anything?
too. No, just one last thing about the Assassin's Creed games.
Okay.
I, I I don't think I've heard very good news about the recent ones. Like they're all pretty not great, I think. I
Yeah,
don't know what it was,
it's been
but
a
I don't think
mix.
people like the recent ones that much. I think the most recent one I played was Unity, like
I didn't
Assassin's
even
Creed
play that
Unity.
one.
And I only played that one because it had multiplayer.
We should replay that together.
I played it with William. Me and William played Assassin's Creed Unity. We did the I think it took place in like France or something. And there was a heist you would be able to do where you would rob like the famous art museum in France, and there's a specific seed for that heist where if the painting that you needed to rob was spawned in a certain spot, you could literally walk up to it, hop through the window, grab it, and then get out, and you would beat it like instantly, like 2 minutes, a minute and a half maybe. And that was supposed to be the most difficult heist. Certainly not levels of Payday, but it was still pretty fun, I think.
My most recent one was when you when Syndicate, where you play as British
Oh
people
yeah,
and
Syndicate,
chat,
your favorite
and they're
people.
like, yeah, my favorite one, where it's British people,
British
and they turn
people.
to you and they're like, Jack the Ripper was a member of the Assassin's Creed, but he went a little crazy and started killing hookers.
He went crazy.
He got a little
He
crazy
got a
and
little
started killing.
oogly boogly, and he went. "Ruff, ruff, ruff, ruff." Yeah, I
So
mean,
I
I don't
watched the
know.
new Smiling Friends episodes, by the way, also. So I now have context for why he does that.
I haven't, so I still don't have the context.
And you'll never
Anyway,
get it.
James,
Yeah.
I did have something on my mind, but I don't remember. Oh yeah, I saw I saw a funny video, or at least a
All
clip
right.
from a video where he was like he was like a pickup artist type of content, like the and it was like a black and white video where this guy is talking to this other guy, and it's like a dating coach type of thing, and he's like a conversation technique. Um, this is how you get women, or how to like hit on women, and he's like walks up to me and he's like, hi, how are you doing? See, that doesn't work. What you need to do is you need to say this. Hi, I want to fuck you. How are you doing? I thought it was
Wow.
a joke at first, but it's actually like it's a real thing. And I saw Charlie made a video on it, and it was it was so funny, man. We need to do a parody of that.
That actually broke my brain cells. Holy shit! That's
It's a hilarious video. Like it's so funny. Like the way the dude is like the dude's like his logic is you'll never pick up a girl unless you tell her your intentions, and your intentions are you just want to have sex with her, and you got to make that known to her like right away.
man. And tell me
Yeah.
how good's that going for him for you?
Well, I mean, I'll just say personally, James, I paid about $800 for that course, and now I've got 17 girlfriends, one for each day of the week. So take that. So how many girlfriends do you have, James? Just again, remind me.
Hey, JD, I hate to break this to you.
Yeah.
More than you.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna edit that out, but so like, let's just like, can you say like none real quick for the?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, JD, you already know the answer to that. It's 0.
My answer to that is Drake is a funny guy, and there's this one GIF that William uses of him. Or this one like meme that William has of him, and it's probably the funniest thing. It's probably one of the funniest memes I've ever seen. Where I think Drake, I don't know if it's from a music video or something. Drake, where a Drake, dragon.
No, say his name.
Draven. This man here, he I think it's in a music video where he sits down on like a bench and he hands like this mother and son like a wad of cash, like a big wad of cash, and then they start crying. I don't know if I think that's from a music video, but there's this meme version of it where the video's in reverse, and the title is like me when I quadruple the rent of a single mother. So the video plays in reverse where Drake takes the money wad from them and stands up and leaves. And they play like clips of them like crying after too. It was so funny, man. Anyway, I heard him and Kendrick Lamar weren't having a fun time recently.
Oh yeah, all of that happened while we were at the convention, so we've not been able to talk about it.
I've not talked about it, but I saw it on my radar, and I actually don't listen to either of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I just know that it's like crazy because I think Kendrick Lamar. I just heard that Kendrick Lamar, they both dropped some like fire tracks. They actually unironically do diss tracks.
One of them did. One of them did not. One of them dropped some pretty fucking dumpster fire work.
They dropped some Ohio ass, right? Some Ohio gyat.
Shut the fuck up. you have brain rot, JD. I'm sorry. You need.
I do not have brain rot.
We need to take you to see a doctor. I'm getting worried.
It's not brain rot, James. It's
every
comedic
time
genius.
we talk, you say something, and I start looking around to make sure that there's a professional nearby to help, and nobody's here.
James. Well, every time we talk, you say something, and the viewers are like, they look around. They do the John Travolta look around.
I thought you were about to say the viewers go. Arr, 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 arr.
The viewers go, arr, 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 money, money, money. Yeah, so have you heard a lot about it? All I've heard is they dropped diss tracks, they were fire, and then Kendrick Lamar accused Drake of being like a pedophile or something.
Yes, it's
Drake. I've never seen Drake, but I've heard that he's kind of a weird guy.
He is. The answer is yes, he is.
Yeah, I also saw a meme where I think Drake has a son. Does he have a son?
Yeah, he has several.
There was a picture of him holding up his son, and the title to it was like it was his son, and his son is crying. He's like holding up his son. He's got a big old smile on his face, Drake, and his son is crying. And the title was Drake's son when Drake steals his girlfriend.
That's accurate. Here's the thing. It's not even like alleged. It's real footage of him just doing it at concerts, kissing underage fans.
Sorry about that. What?
No, it's okay. I get it. You're ignorant to the truth. It's
Yeah,
fine. Hey,
the second you started saying
you're a
something,
big
I just
Drake
got out of my
supporter.
seat because I was just tired of your bull crap. So, but no, I actually got up and turned on my
I
light.
heard you
What
say
were you saying
one
one more
word, so I
time?
had to just get the fuck out of here.
One more time?
So, so Drake, it's footage that came out of him. It's not even footage that came out; it's footage that's been out of him
Hmm.
kissing fans at concerts, and several times were they underage
Like on
fans,
the
and he
lips?
was
Does he kiss him
told,
on the lips?
yes, yes,
Wait, okay. Like
and
with
he was
tongue or
told they were underage.
okay?
And this is footage that's been out for years, but now people are acting like, oh, it's just got leaked. And it's like, no, this has been out. This has been the case. You guys ignored it.
Drake fans after they ignored the
Drake
footage of
fans,
him
after they were
kissing
told he
underage
texted
fans
Millie
on the
Bobby
mouth.
Brown when she was 13 and would text her and groomed her up until she turned 18. And then literally when she turned 18, he wrote under her fucking post about it saying, I've been waiting for this day.
Uh,
He's misunderstood.
I saw there was a clip of Kendrick Lamar drops like that track like accusing of all kinds of heinous shit,
Mhm.
and then Drake like responds with like a bad track, like a it
Yes.
just sounds bad, and it was basically like a no I didn't was a no you.
No, it was the greatest fucking response because it was
He
like he
drops it and his response is nuh-uh, and he shakes his
it literally
finger,
was. It
shakes his
literally
head, wiggles his finger, nuh-uh.
it, it literally was. It was Kendrick like cooked him again and again. Kendrick called him out for shit. He wrote devastating fucking remarks, and then Drake's like, no, no,
Drake's like,
stop.
why have you done this?
Shut up! No, I don't have other children that I fathered. What about the pedophile allegations? I'm not even going to talk about it.
What? There is no pedophile allegations in Bossing Say.
My my favorite one was in the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So there's a clip from it where Frank Reynolds, aka Danny DeVito's character,
Okay.
runs into a room where everybody's like is, and he tells them, guys, we have to write a song. We have to write a song. Do not diddle kids. We do not diddle kids. And then they're all like, Frank, that's the number one way to get people to think you'll diddle kids. And everyone's like, that's gonna be Drake's response. And everybody said it as a joke. That's what he made as a response, though. He made that as well.
That was one of his responses. His response was, I did not do those things. I do not kiss children on the lips, underage children on the lips.
It's like a
I
Dr.
just don't.
Seuss book. Drake, I am.
Drake, I am. Kids, I do not kiss.
That's great. That needs to be
It doesn't
drawn.
even rhyme. It's just, that's why. Uh,
Oh. I think my favorite thing I've seen come out of this whole beef, by the way, Kendrick won, and Drake had the lamest response to being like, I fed you faking for, because Kendrick's like, I have somebody on your team who gives me all this info. I know every fucking thing
he's
about
saying
you.
he's got a whistleblower.
Yes, no, but it's the greatest thing is because he was like, this is how I know you've got like 80 fucking children you haven't claimed and have lied about being your children. This is
Oh,
their
oh
name.
yeah, it's like he said that Drake had like a bunch of children that he like
Yeah,
abandoned or something.
yes, which is true because that's been the case for a while. He's reclaimed a couple of them,
A
and
couple
it's
of
like
them.
Elon Musk.
How
It's like
many of
how
them?
Elon.
It's like 8 of them.
Well, Elon. Okay, so for example, Elon Musk has like 12 kids.
Yeah, he
Has only
does.
claimed 5 of them, but has abandoned 4 of those 5.
Abandoned. I mean, in nature, the runts of the
Technically, he
packs, they just
abandoned
don't
all of
live.
them. Technically,
I,
he abandoned all of them, but then
mhm.
he took back 5 of them, and then only wanted one, which is the one with the fucking dumb name XAE 1412.
I mean, 12.
I think
Reclaim
therefore I am.
12. Reclaim 5 of them. That's like 60%. That's a passing grade in my book. So,
And then you push 50% of that off.
well, in nature, the alpha male doesn't
Sorry,
doesn't
90%.
generally take care of the kids. It's just
Well,
So
yeah,
it's
okay, but
the
like,
runts of the litter just
yeah,
have to they
sorry,
have to
yeah,
go. You know,
that fucking beached whale of a man is an alpha male, sure.
peach to whale.
Have you seen his side profile? It is crazy.
I've seen some shirtless pics of him. Yeah,
He's
there's like one popular one that people use where he's just
dude,
like
no amount of bodily surgeries
he's like
he's
the
had
perfect
will
definition of
change what he
like
looks
skinny
like.
fat. Whereas he's got like thin arms and then like he's just a big old torso. He looks like a
Dude,
Titan from Attack on Titan.
my favorite memes of fucking rotund Elon Musk have been about how he looks like the guy from Dune, the fucking Baron Harkness from Dune, and they're putting like the audio of him going, "My spice, my Dune, my Arrakis." And it's just been over that video. I'm like, yeah, that's literally what you look like, though. You
Yeah, I
literally look
saw a
like
clip
that.
of Elon Musk. I think he was on the Joe Rogan podcast where he's talking about like taking some pill that helps him with weight loss. And he's like, "Yeah,
Uh,
man, it works. That's crazy." That's my
and then
Elon
years
impression. He's like, "Oh
later,
yeah, that works. It's
he looks
crazy."
like
Yeah.
this. Yeah, it's yeah, man. That's some Alex Jones. My weight loss supplement pills, and then he just gets redder.
My weight loss supplement pills. He like eats one. He has like four of them in a cup in front of him. And he's supposed to eat all of them, but he like eats one of them and he's like, oh, "Can I get some water, please? Thank you."
Turns into a fucking literal Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, his face starts turning like purple. And he's like, no, that's okay. It's supposed to be like that. He eats a
You're
second
supposed
one,
to.
and he eats a second one, and it turns a bit more bluish. And he's like, no, we're getting there. We're getting there.
I like the implication that these are getting stuck in his airway, and that's why he's changing color. But he keeps adding more.
He eats the last two, and they finally go down, and then he just
Yeah,
goes back to his general shade of red. And he's like, see, I already feel the weight burning off my body. Stands up, and he like evaporates in thin air.
Uh,
Anyway,
so Kendrick
Drake
Lamar and
has a
Drake.
bunch of kids.
Yeah, Drake has a bunch of kids. He also has a bunch of convicted sex offenders living and working for him. Uh,
What?
that's true. And the greatest thing is that this apparently, again, what's very public information, everybody learned through a Kendrick diss where he used Drake's house on the sex offender registry map. He used a picture of Drake's house with all the sex offenders that live there and are registered to live there. And that
Huh.
was the thumbnail for the diss.
He used the thumbnail of his house, of his shared home where all the sex offenders live, as the thumbnail for his diz.
Yes.
Huh. I wondered why that was such a
There,
that
there
was a
was
weird one to
seven
me.
fucking markers.
I think I saw that thumbnail.
Yeah, you
I
probably
was like,
have.
oh, this is one of the disses. Why is it just a house?
What do all these red circles mean?
With all these red circles in the house mean? I don't get it.
Ooh, I wonder what the symbolism is.
It was a director's subtle hint that this was in fact a house full of sex offenders.
No, but yeah, it's not new information, but I guess people didn't know. But what's
I mean,
so
I didn't
crazy
know.
to me. Well, but you don't know these people. That's what I mean.
Shut up.
What are you
Continue.
defending? What are you defending a pedophile right now? That's
Defending.
what you sound like.
I'm just a big fan of Drake's music. Okay, I like to.
Yeah, okay,
Okay,
Kanye
Drake's
defender.
music is really great. Okay, now
No, man,
he
you know,
himself.
you don't
Everyone's
understand.
got their own
You
problems,
don't
and
understand. Yay, he's misunderstood.
listen, Ye just failed a couple skill checks. Okay, we've all done
His
it
name's Yee.
at one point in our. Talking with a Ye fan, be like,
But my favorite thing to come out of all this has been somebody redrew the scene from Saving Private Ryan, where a German and American soldier are fighting with a knife, and it's Kendrick and Drake, and then it's the rapper J. Cole walking up the stairs with a bicycle.
what?
And this is an animation. And it's essentially the German soldier, Kendrick in this case, stabs and kills Drake and then walks out and stares at J. Cole in the stairwell because J. Cole was going to involve himself in this beef. And then
Oh,
just then like last minute it's like, no, I'm not part of this. I'm not part of this. I don't want any of that. You guys know Kendrick Lamar?
that was probably a good
Great
decision.
music. Great music. because there was this whole thing that where I think like Drake or J. Cole, I don't remember who, but somebody was
Jake
like, yeah,
Paul, yeah.
yeah, Jake Paul. Dude. No, because now I
It's
can think of
every
Jake.
it's every kid, bro. It's every kid, bro.
Oh no. All I can think of is Jake Paul with J. Cole's haircut, and J. Cole has a very distinct haircut.
I don't know what that is, but I'll take your word for it.
Um, but but I think J. Cole or Drake, I can't remember who. But they were like, yeah, it's me, Kendrick, and the other guy, aka Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole. Again, I don't remember who
Mhm.
said it, but it was them that said it. They're like, yeah, we're the big three. And then Kendrick in his song was like, fuck that. Fuck the big three. It's just big me.
Okay, kind of fire.
It was really good in the verse. Don't take how I said it as any indication of how it should be heard.
How it was delivered. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I get it,
my
James.
nerdy
Yeah.
ass cannot give you how good that was of a
It was
fucking
probably
surf
it was
back to
probably
these
hype as
idiots.
hell, and you definitely killed it with that with you saying that line. So
Fuck the big three. Uh,
fact the big three.
wet ass p word.
Did you listen to him? The tracks?
Ben Shapiro.
No, the tracks.
Oh yeah, no, I've listened to them.
Okay.
They're amazing. On Kendrick's side, dude, Drake's had pretty dog shit, dog water fucking responses.
How about I
And here,
just listen to the Drake ones and then we just compare notes
yeah,
after?
you just listen. Okay, man, yeah. Let me just listen. Let me just listen to the Israeli The Sun Post, and I'll tell you what I think about Palestinians.
Let me just watch Squid Game English dub only and then tell you what I think about it.
Let me tell you what I think about the Americans at the end. What
Let
I
me
think of
let me
them as
watch
characters.
the Common Rider new remake movie without liking Common Riders, and I'll tell you what I think about it.
Like what Shin Kamen Rider and not understand how it's a beautiful representation of the original show through a violent lens. Let me not realize how well remade the cinematography and choreography are of the original show while keeping this sort of graphic sort of depiction of it, and just be very confused and turn to you and say, which one's that one? And I say, you can tell which one it is because of the red scarf, and you go, but they all have scarves. And I have to tell you, no, 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 they have yellow
And then I
scarves.
say, James, these two people, these two heroes, these Common Riders, they're exactly the same thing. They're both grasshoppers. They have the same uniform. And you're like, no, no,
Grasshoppers.
no, no. See, like one of them has red eyes, and the other one has yellow eyes. And I look at the screen. I look up at the screen, and I see that they both have orange eyes. I'm like,
You look at me and you
and
ask,
then guess what? They start guess what? They start fighting enemies, like a bunch of them, maybe 10 or more, and they're all grasshoppers, and they all have the same costume. But
no,
guess
they
what?
have,
Their eyes are
but
red.
but we learned this, JD. They aren't the same because they all had black costumes with yellow scarves and different colored eyes.
Yes, but we've also learned that the scene they shot that in was really dark. It was in a tunnel, and so I couldn't tell the difference
The world's
between a lot of them.
longest
Combine
tunnel.
that with the fact that my eyesight isn't very good, and we've got a pretty confusing scene.
And mine is questionable.
And also, why grasshoppers? Just all of them, grasshoppers.
Because that's what the original one was.
The original,
Listen,
I get one being a grasshopper, but like two, and then
they're
all
not
the
all
enemies are
grasshoppers.
grasshoppers.
No, but they're not all grasshoppers.
Okay, like one's a cricket. James, it's like the same thing, man.
Yes.
It's the same thing.
Yeah,
Same
JD.
insect.
One's a cricket, one's a beetle,
They
one's
do
a
the same
robot
thing. They both
grasshopper, the
hop.
other is a regular
They both
grasshopper.
hop,
And
and then
one
whenever
of
they
them's a car, the
and
other
then
one's a
whenever they
train, the other one can time travel, the other one's
and
a
then whenever they
ghost.
hop onto their motorcycles, both of them have a motorcycle, each one of them.
One of them doesn't even have a motorcycle, he has just a full-on car.
One of them has a motorcycle, one of them has a motorcycle
One of
with
them
a
has
little
a
like cabin
train.
attached where you like have a passenger sit, like have a scrunch down squat inside the little passenger seat of the motorcycle. And then they rev the motorcycle and it makes the most ear piercing, like horrible, like high pitched noise, high pitched whine that I've ever heard in my entire life. It goes like, and it just destroys your ears. That's exactly what it sounded like.
Yeah, I did the Foley work for the movie, and I thought, what would JD hate the most?
And whoever's sound designing the movie was like, how about we have the movie play at like 80% volume and then have the sound effect of the motorcycle revving at like 160%
Can I get this
because it's just
louder?
really, yeah, it's like you just like go like here's the high and then
I looked
and then when
to the
Shin
audio
Kamen jumps up
engineer.
in the air and he's like, and there's a low.
I looked to the audio engineer and I said, "This is the high," and he just started nodding his head and said, "Is that the low?" And I just started shaking mine. He was a
Yeah,
fool who didn't understand the majesty of it.
it's almost like you the audio engineer just used your camera to record everything in there with how terrible the audio sounded, like the wind blowing in it. You can barely make out any dialogue. There's like some music playing in the background, but it's distorted and it's like bass boosted, reverb added
Oh,
or
I
something.
realized my microphone wasn't picking up any of that bad audio.
Good. I mean, nobody wants to hear your audio anyway, James.
Shut up. Hey,
This is my
hey,
podcast. Did you forget
hey.
whose podcast you're on, James?
Yeah,
Didn't you
mine.
realize that you don't have a podcast? Celluloid
Uh,
Slaughter is not yours.
fuck the big
It never
three. It's
was.
just me.
Fuck the celluloid slaughter. It's just crapshoot. Said James after the fourth episode of Celluloid Slaughter.
What do you mean said me? I'm the one that did it. I was the only one that did it even.
You know how much I've sacrificed, huh? You're gonna say that to me, James?
Is that right? Yeah, that's what I
Actually,
sound like.
I saw the weirdest clip from a movie that had William Dafoe in it. It was
Okay.
him in a movie called The Platoon, I think. The Platoon.
Yeah.
And it was like a very young William Dafoe, like maybe he was like in his 20s in that
Yeah,
movie.
was it a Vietnam specific movie?
I don't know, but the clip I saw was just like the gayest clip I've ever seen because it was
Are
like
you are you sure you're
no,
not talking about Boondock Saints Willem Dafoe? Because he was gay in that one.
no, no, it was a gay scene. Not like a I don't mean it as in like gay as in bad, as in you're gay,
No,
James,
I
like
mean
you're bad. I meant like
he
gay
was
as in
literally in a gay bar.
homo. What?
Yeah, Boondock Saints.
No,
He's in a gay
it was
bar. He
called
plays a gay
Platoon. It
man.
was a bunch of army men in a tent.
Platoon.
And it was a scene where like Charlie Sheen, the dude, is that his name or is
Oh,
that his
yeah.
actor
Charlie
name?
Sheen. Yeah, that's I mean technically one and the same.
That Charlie Sheen is his name, the actor's name, right?
Yes.
Okay. He like walks into this tent and like a bunch of big celebrities nowadays are like in this tent.
Mhm.
All the actors are there and they're all smoking weed. And William Defoe's narrating over and he's like, yeah, so one of the guys just said, how about we blow some grass? And so the scene is like William Defoe like walking toward the camera. It gets like a zoom in right on his face. So his face is taking up the whole shot and he's got a big old blunt in his mouth. And he's like, first time. And then he holds up a gun. He like cocks a gun, holds it up to Charlie Sheen, and he's like, put your mouth on this. And then he like takes a big puff of smoke and he blows the smoke into the gun chamber.
Yeah, the charging.
And then Charlie Sheen uses the barrel to like smoke it out, like suck the smoke out. Anyway, it was a strange scene.
Have you seen the movie?
No, I didn't know it existed. It got recommended to me out of nowhere.
So JD, I'm going to
You
let
know
you
how my
know
feed
this
is full
ahead
of like
time.
VTuber clips, and then all of a sudden I sometimes get this random clip of whatever
Platoon.
else in there.
You just get a Platoon clip every now and then.
Yeah, just a Platoon clip.
I'm going to let you know a little something, JD.
Mhm.
The scenes of Tropic Thunder where they're doing the Vietnam stuff, that's ripped straight from Platoon.
Really? That's from Platoon?
Like the Ben Stiller being shot as he's on his knees reaching up towards the sky, that's Platoon. The shot
Oh.
of Jay Barringer or whatever his name is in the helicopter looking out, he's like,
Jay
he's still alive. That's Charlie Sheen. Jay,
my favorite actor, J. Booth Baruchel.
My favorite actor from How to Train Your Hiccup.
My favorite actor from This Is the End.
I was going to say This Is the End, but I was like, no, I think How to Train Your Right.
My favorite actor from The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Which we still haven't done. We still haven't done the commentary track for, so
we need to.
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Oh, we haven't done a commentary track in a minute.
You're right. Got time tomorrow or
Maybe.
Never mind then. Who am I kidding? You just never have time, James.
Okay.
You just never have time.
Okay, asshole. Okay, dickhead. Okay, fucker.
Okay, Jay Baruchel.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Jay Baruchel.
I love Jay Baruchel.
I love him too. He's a treasure.
I really liked him in This Is the End.
You know, my favorite thing was I watched that movie and I'm like, does Jay Baruchel like actually know these people though? For some reason, I was like, the most unrealistic part to me was like, I don't think
when
Jay
I was a
Baruchel
kid and I watched that movie, because it
close.
came out when we were kids. When I was a kid and I watched that movie, I was like, oh, I didn't know the guy who voiced How to Train Your Dragon character was friends with all these other people.
I was more like,
I thought that was like them in like real life.
right? You were like, this is their actual friend dynamic.
This is their actual friend circle.
Jonah Hill is actually possessed by a demon.
Jonah Hill, the demon, Seth Rogen, and Seth Rogen, the friend who holds you back, Jay Baruchel, and who is the other guy?
Jamie Franco.
And Craig Robinson, who screams, "Take your panties off" as he ascends to heaven.
Take your panties off.
And then Emma Watson, who halfway through the movie runs off into the abyss and never comes back, never shows up again.
Are you aware why she did that, by the way?
Yes. I remember it was because she was like the only girl trapped in the house.
In movie thing. The like real life reason why, because she was supposed to be in it.
Oh, she was. Oh no, I don't know the real life. I just know the in lore reason why that happened.
Let's just
she
say
was supposed to have more scenes after that.
Yeah, let's just say it's very similar to the lore reason why.
Oh, I see. Well, I see. If I was Emma Watson, I probably would be uncomfortable around that group too.
Yeah, I'd see.
But
James
luckily,
Franco
I'm not.
I'd be
I'm
like,
not.
Hey, what are you doing?
Luckily, I'm not, as James would say, a weak, fragile woman. So I can handle it.
Gee, we both know I have more testosterone than you.
I doubt that.
Okay. Let's do a test.
Guys, James, based on the facial hair, the patchy facial hair, there's already that's already half the testosterone you probably think you do.
Where's yours?
I'm sorry. Where's your physical proof of how much testosterone you have? How do you bring me that, James?
I don't know. The fact that I work a physical job and you deal cards, bitch.
It is actually a physical job, okay, James? Highly taxing. You have to use your brain, okay? And guess what, James? The brain is a heavy producer of the testosterone, so sorry.
By the way,
James, I think you're confusing testosterone for estrogen.
Yeah, no, Jay, sorry. I have to take estrogen, so you can be anywhere near my level. So this can be a fair fight for you.
Yeah, okay, James. I know you take estrogen, and you have like the worst case of gyno that any human has ever seen on the planet.
That's just real.
Anyway, what were we talking about before Jay Baruchel?
I have no fucking clue, man. We lost the plot. We were talking about movies.
Right, we were talking. Yeah,
Platoon.
That's right. Yeah, I saw that clip. That was pretty. By the way, dude, William Dafoe, even when he was young, he still looked really old.
Yeah, no, it's a thing that, like, you know,
he looked like 40.
Walter Goggins is.
Who?
He was. Have you seen the new Fallout show?
No.
Have you seen anything for it?
I saw the trailer when we were in the theater for it.
Okay, so do you know who the guy that plays the ghoul is?
I don't know who the actor is, but I've seen him in the trailer, yeah.
Okay, essentially that actor. I saw a photo of him from like the 1970s.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, Jesus Christ, how does he look like that? It's the same. He's just kind of like older, but he already looked old back then. And I wonder if it's maybe because we're so used to seeing them old, we can't picture them right when they're young.
That might be the case. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. William Dafoe still did look like a lot younger in Platoon than he does now, but it was still kind of like, I don't know. Maybe it's like the facial structure didn't change at all, and the like the way his skin kind of folds over his cheeks, kind of just is the exact same thing. I'm not trying to like, you know, diss on the guy. I like William Dafoe.
An asshole. You want to be a piece of shit.
I like William Dafoe. I think he's my favorite actor in Spider-Man third home movie. So, you know, I liked him in that movie, and I really wish that he was in This Is the End, starring J.J. Baruchel.
You want to know who is in it? Paul Rudd.
Who?
Paul Rudd. The
Is
Ant-Man.
Paul Rudd in This Is the End?
Yeah, he's the guy who runs it with the champagne bottle.
That's funny. But yeah. So Platoon is cool. Also, one last thing about Kendrick Lamar before we leave. I remember why I recently heard about Kendrick Lamar. It's because I saw a clip of a HoloLive YouTuber talking about Kendrick Lamar. And they were talking about him in the context that he was a rival to them, but they didn't know who he was. And they kept getting his name wrong.
What they keep calling him?
They kept calling him Kevin Lamar. So I just kept calling him Kevin. So anyway, that's why I remember him. Now,
This is some real Kai Cenat energy. Or Kai Senta.
It's your real Kai. Kai Senta. You say Kai Senta. You know, Senta's like
but here's the thing. I was genuinely convinced that was his name, and I didn't know why I kept thinking that. Like, I
well, guess what? It looks like you have something in common with these VTubers. They genuinely think that his name is Kevin.
Yeah, we're all 23-year-old men that look like we're in our 40s in real life.
Yeah, you're sure.
Yeah, sure. That's what you sound like.
Well, if you guys enjoyed, you should like, subscribe. And we do this every Sunday because that's the day of the Lord and when Crapshoot comes out also. So subscribe. If you like James.
Oh, where's your website shut down?
Cool. If you like James, you should check it. His links are in the description. If you like Rooster Teeth, too bad. Take the L.
We stay winning, boys. We stay winning. They're coming back.
Yeah, you can come back and come back on these nuts. So, James, bring us out.
So something really cool that happened is that Red Web, the mystery podcast that was